Hello, today is Thursday, May 11th of 2023, and it's almost noon. Head out and work on that plein air painting today. We'll see if I can get close to finishing it because I have this whole afternoon to work on the painting. It's really nice outside again. It's even warmer than it was yesterday. So I'm just letting my phone charge up, and I had some lunch. That way, the next couple hours I should be able to just really get focused and make a lot of progress on the painting. You know, I also did want to talk a little bit about the fact that I am currently in my last week of my 20s, in technically 8 days, but by the time I post this video, it's probably going to be a week away. On the 19th of May, I turned 30 years old, and it's a weird feeling. You know, it's one of those things where you kind of have these ages in your mind where you think you're going to be in a certain place, or you're going to feel a certain way, and I am really happy to share that there are a lot of things that are exceeding where I thought I'd be as a 30-year-old, or how I would feel at 30 years old. But there's other stuff where I'm just like, wow, time really goes by fast, and you know, I'm each year I feel like it gets a little bit easier to kind of set myself up for expectations. You know, I had a couple pretty crazy years a few years ago with grad school and COVID, and just, you know, reality falling short to my expectations, as they sometimes do. But I learned a lot through those years and through those lessons too. And I'm just excited. I'm really excited for the future. I'm excited for where I'm currently at in the present moment. I hope you're enjoying not only my artwork, but also the sort of style in which I like to, sorry, there was a B, you know, but also the style that I like to communicate in. And I'm having a lot of fun making videos and trying to understand my own habits of storytelling, and just enjoy the process of making the story. So it's been really fun. But all right, let's go ahead and get over to the site, set things up, and start painting. So I'm hoping that my painting doesn't fall out of the cart right now. It's very precariously tucked into the back of the cart. My backpack was sticking up too high that I couldn't set it on top of everything. It was that too. Oh no, there goes the painting. Yeah, luckily it fell face up. Ah, jeez Louise. I just fixed it too. I just pulled over and tried to adjust it. How you doing, painting? Sorry. Looks all right. I need to figure out a better system for holding the paintings. But I only have like a block to go. I don't really want to worry about it too much. We're going to try that and see if I can get over there. Well, I guess that's one of the good things about making such hefty canvases, right? These cradled plywood boards, and then having the canvas wrap around them, is that if they do fall over or get dropped, the chance of them breaking or chipping or, you know, really damaging the painting is pretty low. Now, if you were working on masonite, and, you know, if that fell out of my bike cart and a corner like really hit the ground or scraped across the ground, a lot of times masonite is so, like, I don't know, chippable, if that's a word, that it's really easy to dent the corners or to like crack your painting. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're deciding what you want to paint on. But luckily, the painting is going to live. So All right, and we're back. Here's our view. There's the water tower, train tracks, and the shade. It's getting hot. Decided to take a break here in the shade and rest my knees for a little bit. I feel like for me, the hardest part physically about painting in plein air is just standing in one spot and what that does to your joints and like your back. So I think it's a good habit to take breaks like this and just give your body some time to rest, and to get out of the sun, because I think my sunscreen has wore off and I'm feeling like I'm getting a little bit burned now. But I'm pretty happy with how the painting is coming along today. You know, I started working on the thin branches of this tree stump, which if it was a drawing, things would be a lot easier, but thinning out the paint and trying to get nice, consistent, continuous lines is not easy when you're painting, especially on canvas. But I'm trying to embrace the sort of broken line look and build up the density that I can see when I look at the tree stump. But it just takes time to, you know, keep your values where you need them and try to vary the line weight and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. The nice thing though about doing this is that it helps me to figure out like where the focal areas are in the painting, and to start to balance out, you know, where those areas might be. Obviously the red glove is going to stick out in this painting, and that's kind of the goal, or that's kind of the point. But now that I'm adding in these branches, it's sort of pulling my eye away from that area up towards the upper left corner of the painting, which I think that's good, as far as, you know, movement and, you know, moving throughout the design. That'll be a really nice change of pace from how I've been understanding the painting. And then I haven't really touched the area where the ghost box, that's what I'm calling it right now, where that object is in the painting. It's still kind of the same as it was after yesterday. I added in a little bit more of a grayish green color, just to kind of build up some more opacity for the kind of like bush tree that's right there. But you know, the goal I think today is to kind of get to a point where I'm happy with the tree and what's happening with the branches. It's almost 2 o'clock, so I've been painting now for almost 2 hours, and it's felt longer, which is kind of nice. You know, time has really slowed down today. But I'm also hitting a little bit of a wall. I was up earlier this morning and went for a run. I'm trying to get back into exercising, so I think just moving around a lot earlier in the day is making me a little tired at the moment. All right, I think that's it for me today. I'm definitely pretty tired and exhausted just from the past couple days, so I don't want to push it too much. Let me just kind of talk about a couple things that I learned today while painting. So, you know, the big thing that I'm trying to really think about today is the composition and trying not to let things get away from me too much. You know, I don't want this to become so busy that you're not really sure how to navigate the painting, or you're overwhelmed by, you know, competing information, you know, two similar types of line work or shapes or other elements. So that's the thing I'm really trying to figure out, because I feel like the painting now is at like that 75, maybe 60, 65% finished kind of state right now. You know, I have a lot of information that's pretty well blocked in. And like I've been saying, I want to make sure that this painting is done for the Paint Cedarburg exhibition. As one of the 3 judges, I get to bring 5 paintings to the show, and this is one that I would love to have in that group, since it's a kind of a larger one and it's more current with where my headspace is in plein air. So you know, I definitely have to keep working on this next week. I'll be gone this weekend, but I'm hoping maybe one or 2 days next week it'll be nice enough to get out and maybe finalize a couple of details on the painting. It's hard to say, you know. I think because the fence is such a complicated subject, I do want to start to put in those lines too. So part of me is tempted to go home, take a break, eat some lunch, do a couple things I have to do at home, and then come back today just to work on the fence. I might end up doing that, but it's unlikely that I will. If you're looking at the painting, you can tell that there's getting to be more variety in the marks that I'm adding in. I'm starting to get some of the character of each form in the painting figured out. The lower right half of the painting, or quarter of the painting, that needs to be figured out in the next session too. And I think I do need to pack up just because the light has changed so much. So many things that are in shadow when I get here are now like completely illuminated. The values have all shifted because things are being backlit now. The only thing that's really consistent at this point is the trunk of the tree and these kind of maroon pipes that are out here. A lot of the other information has started to change, especially in the greenery. So yeah, I'm gonna pack things up. All right, I've got the bike all loaded up. It is May 15th. It's just about 11 o'clock. As you can see, it's really sunny and it's not windy. It's a beautiful day today. Looks like the temps are gonna get up to like the mid 60s while I'm painting for the next couple hours. I'm hoping that I can pretty much finish this painting today. It's really close, and the surface is pretty much dry everywhere, which is nice. I didn't work on it over the weekend at all, so I should be able to just layer right over what I have and not have to worry about colors mixing together, or thin lines being mixed with paint that's not dry on the surface. So I'm hoping to get into the chain link fence today, kind of keep adding to the brush on the tree, and then start to resolve what I want to happen with the boxes today. Now, if I can get all of those three main things done, I'll be in really good shape, and I'll probably call it pretty soon. So later this week, then I have to build a frame for it and figure out the other 4 paintings that I want to show at Paint Cedarburg in just a couple weeks. The next month is going to be pretty hectic, but I'm excited because a lot of really awesome things are going to happen, and I'm excited to share those things with you. So let's go paint. Back at it. So I'm setting everything up here. There's a gentleman cutting the grass, so got to talk to him for a minute. He was really nice. He really liked how the painting was turning out. And we're gonna get things set up here on the tripod and start moving. Man, no wind. This is the best. It's gonna be a nice warm day today. So I'm gonna start with the box on that initial location off to the right today, and just try to start painting in some of this information back into the painting and see how it feels to have 2 boxes with 2 hand knit objects emerging from them, and see if I like that kind of play or interaction. So that's the plan to start. And I have some kind of weird light hitting my painting, but I can always adjust the umbrella later on. So, all right, here we go. So it's 1:40. I'm gonna start packing things up and plan to come back tomorrow around the same time from like 11 to 1. And I have a really good feeling that tomorrow is gonna be the last day on the painting. You know, I made some pretty big changes today. I decided to really block out the first box or the second, you know, in the painting, it's kind of like the ghost box I was starting to call it. So that is now pretty much, you know, hidden in the painting. You can see remnants of it, but I'll decide tomorrow if I want to keep what's there or just totally paint over it. I really like how the fence changed the painting and the other branches that I've put into the tree. It's starting to feel a lot more finished now, and it's easier for me to understand the space in the painting and, you know, where I want details to be, or even just like some of the psychological underpinnings in the painting that I'm starting to pick up on. And some of that stuff, you know, I kind of go into the first couple hours thinking maybe I have an idea of what the painting's going to be or what it's going to mean. And then that changes, you know, and that's pretty common while you're painting, to sort of follow the process and learn through the making of the painting what this image starts to become, and how it starts to feel like its own moment that's separate from what you've painted. And for me, that's the best part of plein air painting, is to feel like you get an opportunity to maybe transform what you're looking at, or create something new from a lived experience. So, you know, tomorrow should be a really fun day. It's gonna be hot. I think it's gonna be like high 70s, maybe even 80 tomorrow. So I'll have to definitely wear some sunscreen. I ended up wearing socks and Crocs and pants and a sweater, so I'm starting to feel really warm, and I think that's also getting to me a little bit today. So that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed watching sessions 4 and 5 back to back like this. I'll plan to make the 6th and final session as its own video, most likely coming out this Friday on my birthday. So that'll be fun. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're an artist, I hope that watching this was maybe inspiring or informational. But that's the end of the video, and have a wonderful day. Bye.